everyone! I just finished this book, Dark Melody by Kristin Feehan. And I have to say that I kind of was disappointed with this. Not in the sense of, like, the whole plot line of it, but it was a weird plot line that I was kind of confused about. In the beginning, at least. So, to get started with this, the plotline basically is that Corinne, you know, has a bad heart, and apparently it's a real disease. I think my sister even has it. Like, I don't know. My sister has a hole in her heart, and it's gotten better, but anyway, Corinne has this disease that basically, I think, I'm not going to do research on this, so anyone who knows what I'm talking about, if I have misinterpreted it, just please let me know in the comments below, because I have no idea what this technically is. But it's a disease that, way I read in the book, basically eats at someone's heart, and it doesn't pump enough blood, and it causes the person to, like, labor breathing, like, has difficulty breathing, basically. There we go. So, and on top of that, she's pregnant, so she's having even more trouble pumping blood just for herself, but also for her baby. And this whole plot line of it is the fact that she may die, and, you know, we don't know whether she's gonna live or not, but, you know, we all know she's going to live because they're miraculously going to do something, and she's going to get, you know, she's gonna have the conversion, and she's going to have a perfect heart and all that stuff. But that's basically the plot line, if, you know, yes. It was a good plot line, and I like the fact that they tied in the whole society thing, because she herself is obviously a psychic, because you can't be mated to a Carpathian male unless you have psychic powers. And she was married previously, that's why she's pregnant, and her husband was also a psychic, and he had a sister, so basically she is very close to her husband's sister. Her name is Lisa, and she becomes part of the story. Lisa, I actually identify her with a lot more, like, I identify with both of these characters, Corinne and Lisa, but there are certain aspects of Corinne I identify with and certain ones with Lisa. But anyway, so her husband goes and, you know, goes to this place that, you know, is assuming that they help with people who have psychic powers and would help him, and he gets murdered. And so, how, you know, everyone, like, this whole thing gets tied in is the fact that it is the society that, you know, is kind of trying to kill Carpathians, is like trying to kill psychics too. And yes, I have a white shirt with a pink bra, but I am staying home today because I have no makeup on either. So that is the plot line, that Lisa and Corinne are being hunted, and the fact that there's a possibility that Corinne is going to die. And I liked that whole plot line. It was very good, and I just wish that Diane and Corinne, like, their relationship between the two of them was a lot better. I also have no idea if this is in Canada. This is supposedly supposed to be, like, based in Canada, but there's no reference to that, other than the only place that they make reference to is not the Catskills, the Cascades. They refer to a place, actually, they go back to San Francisco because they stay at a house that Gregory and Savannah have, and that the only place that I know of is in the San Francisco area, which is kind of annoying, but I don't know. I can't tell if this is in Canada or not. This is supposedly supposed to be in Canada, but whatever. So my annoyance with the relationship is that when I read the back and what I knew about basically these characters before I got into the whole story, was that this was going to be a really sweet and understanding couple, that he was, I don't know, he gave off the vibe to me that he was going to be very similar to the way my boyfriend is, that He's very understanding, he's not over demanding, and all that such. But when we get to Diane and Corinne talking to each other, Diane, sorry, he is like almost at like just as worse as Adrian and Grigori in the fact that, you know, Corinne is not allowed to do anything that she kind of wants to do. But I can understand part of why he's doing this. And the that thing is that Corinne has a bad heart. And her getting excited, doing too much stuff causes her heart to be overtaxed, and just basically has difficulty breathing, and apparently she still has, even though she gets turned into a Carpathian, has trouble regulating her temperature, because she gets extremely cold. I get cold myself. I hate being cold. So, yes. But he, like, I'm just disappointed in what I read compared to, like, what I've read here, what I've read, like, previously when Diane was in the story, like when we had the Desiree Julian story and the Darius and Tempest story, which also coincided with Barack and Sindel. So we've got this couple and then these two couples, because the Barack and Sindel kind of acknowledge that they are, you know, life mates and whatnot. Diane was, I actually liked his character in the general scope of it, but here, like, and he was like this the entirety of the story, and yeah, he changed the tiniest bit when Corinne, like, something really bad happened to Corinne, and he basically said, "Oh, you've put gray hairs in my hair," and, like, he literally changed his hair. Instead of being jet black, it's now charcoal with a few silver strands in his hair, so that's a little cool. But during the first half of the book, I was just like, I do not like this couple. I do not like the fact that Corinne is basically, like, it's like insta-love, which sometimes I don't mind, but that's also, like, it progresses better from what I've read previously. With this one, it was just, like, instant, and it just didn't seem real. Like, previously these books, like, when it's, like, basically insta-love, and, like, they're just whatnot, it felt more real, it felt more understanding between these type of people. With this was just, like, literally, like, a snap of the fingers, or, like, a blink of your eye, and it was just, like, yeah. And she didn't say anything, she didn't, you know, what's the word? I can't find the word, what time is it? Okay. She didn't put her foot down. She wasn't, like, she says she's like, I'm an independent person, I do things for myself and all that, but she was just letting him sort of basically steamroll her in, like, with everything. And then, like, he basically would just take over Lisa, and that was a bit really annoying. She even got annoyed at that, but she also was, like, laugh at him. And I'm just really kind of annoyed with this couple. Through the entire first half of the book, actually, through the entirety of 3/4 of this book. The last quarter, it's okay. It's not its best, but yeah. Yeah. So I'm like a 50-50 kind of thing, like, yeah. It's just, yeah. I was hoping for better, but, you know, I'm just, yeah. Sometimes you just can't get your hopes up about certain things, because if you haven't read it previously, then you don't know. Yeah. It was okay, and I like the actual plot of the story. I don't like the romance part of it, per se. And also the fact, like, just letting you know, there is no sex until, like, the last last three chapters of the book, which is good because then it just means that they don't really have a, like, for one thing, they don't really have a sex-based relationship, but at the same time, throughout the book, Corinne basically is confused and tells Diane that you just want me because you want sex with me. And he's like, no, I want you for more than that. But it's like, you don't, I don't feel like we get to see Corinne in the light that she says she's in, that she's an independent character, person. And it's because of Diane and the way he is with her, and I can understand because she's got a bad heart, but at the same time, you still gotta let the person be their own person. Meh. Which is annoying. So, it was a meh. It's an okay book, but, yeah. And also in this book, there is a lot of grammatical errors. Okay, like I read a phrase that, you know, it says now and then, which is T-H-E-N. In here, whoever the editor is or does, like, you know, like the editing, whoever edits this to be like, this is actually now good, or whatever, didn't catch that. So the idiot left T-H-E-M, so it's now and them. So there's quite a bit of that in this book, which was like, wow, this editor was really bad for some reason. But yeah, so that's my review of this book. It's just the book. So I wish this was better, but that's all I really have for this book. Just, I do not like the relationship part of this book. Plot of it basically was actually good. I actually was getting excited. And I got excited about the halfway point because that's when, you know, like, Corinne got hurt and everything was starting to pick up more. And that was just the plot line, not really the relationship. So, and like, I will tell you this, like, they put Corinne on bed rest and Diane was being annoying and not letting her do stuff and just like, you are a delicate little flower and I will do everything for you. And it's just like, it's very sweet of you, but he wouldn't even let her go to the bathroom by herself. Like, I can understand him picking her up and taking her into the bathroom, but he's being ridiculous and wouldn't leave at the beginning. He eventually left to just let her be in the bathroom by herself. Let her go to the bathroom by herself. Like, that's how annoying he fucking is. Just, yeah. So, you can read it if you want. I'm not recommending it, but you can read it if you want. That's it. And I finally got this book, my interlibrary loan, because yes, I have the yellow slip that's supposed to go over this, but it's just annoying, so I take it off and then put it back on. So, I have book 3 of the Samantha Jellicoe series, and it is Billionaires Prefer Blondes by Suzanne Enoch. This is from North Bay. Wow. So, yeah. Apparently we're still with, you know, it says right here, Samantha and Rick are a team from Murder, Romance, and Mayhem Heaven. So I'm guessing it's still the Samantha Jellicoe. And like my book, which is after this one, book 4, it just doesn't make sense that it's part of the series, but so I'm gonna read back here, but this thing is blocked off by this. This is really annoying. So now I'll just read the other thing. Samantha Jellicoe has never met a security camera she couldn't disarm. And even though she's promised her billionaire lover, the irresistible Richard Addison, to walk the straight and narrow, she certainly can't help it when trouble finds her. What should have been a quiet night at an auction house turns into something more unexpected when Sam spies her father, her dead father, oh, this is gonna be interesting, very much alive and very interested in a painting Rick is after. Then the painting vanishes, Sam's arrested, and all hell breaks loose. Now Sam has to track down the man who taught her everything she knows about breaking and entering. And when she finds him, will his proposal for a lucrative heist tempt her to the dark side, or does Rick have a few tricks to keep her on the right side of a jail cell? Oh, this is actually kind of interesting. The fact that her father technically is alive and kicking and whatnot. So we've got chapter 1. Oh, it's doing it again. It's gonna weird. For some reason, it's doing a preview at the back of the book for that same book. That doesn't make sense. We've got 24 chapters plus an epilogue, so technically 25 chapters. And there is this thing at the front. So where were you last night? Rick asked quietly, watching her. Sightseeing, she answered. Tell me you didn't just go walking around Manhattan at 2 o'clock in the morning, Sam. Okay, I took a couple cabs, with enough walking in between that they don't make much of an alibi. She eyed him. You don't think I had anything to do with this, do you? Of course not, but my insurance company isn't going to pay out $12 million without conducting an investigation. Apparently, I'm as much a suspect as you are. No! She gasped, horrified. That's stupid! You're worth like $20 billion. Why would... Rumors could be as destructive as conviction, he cut in. I didn't do it! But maybe I can help figure out who did. Except that she already had a good idea about it. Dun dun dun, it's her father! So yeah, I get to read this book! Yeah. Yes, I get to read my book next, which will be interesting to see if I will keep that or not, because I did not like the first book, as you know. The second book actually was interesting from the previous book review. This one, well, we shall see, because that is an interesting fact, that the fact that she thought her father was dead, but actually he's alive. So, also, on a side note, I got a book! Yes, I picked this up Tuesday, but obviously I didn't really feel like making a video of its own. So, yes, I picked it up Tuesday and was hoping to do it Tuesday, but it's Thursday now, so this is actually really late. But anyway, I got book 2 of, what is this series? The Three Sisters Island Trilogy. Heaven and Earth. And it's just as beautiful as book 3, which is what I have up there. This actually slightly matches the mass market book that I have. It's a similar like aqua blue like color, so that's actually pretty cool. And Face the Fire is actually generally the same because it's more of a red color in this edition, but the mass market one is like a pink color. And this. Ooh, that is pretty. Oh, that is really pretty. God, I love these pictures. I love, like, all of this. And it's just the same thing on this side. Oh yeah, literally, it's like a backwards picture. I really want to read my Nora Robert books, because, like, I am kind of dying. I get weird feelings with this. It's like the weird feelings I get with my Nancy Atherton books. Just like, I want to read these. It's just weird. It's just weird coziness feeling that I, like, literally got when looking at this picture. Just, oh my god. It actually makes me think of the Virgin River series too, because, you know, it's based in like this town in the wilderness. It's a very small town. They don't even have like a hospital or whatnot. They have to have like a what is it? A general hospital. Like, it's just a doctor and a nurse that's there. Like, that's all they have is one doctor, one nurse. Just wow. Oh, okay. So yeah, I gotta read a library book. I get to put this away, and so I hope you liked this video. You know, you can read. Why did I have that face? I don't really know why I have that face. But anyway, you can read Dark Melody if you want. I'm just not gonna recommend it. So yeah, if you like this video, please hit that big like button down there. And if you've read Dark Melody, let me know how you like it, because I'm just like meh about the whole romance of it, okay? I'm sorry, but I'm just meh about that. And like, if you liked it, if you didn't, just leave in the comments below. And also if you read any other Dark series. If it's anything previous to Dark Melody, you can, you know, maybe tell me a little bit. But if you try to spoil me for anything after Dark Melody, then that would not be very nice. And just don't be nasty in the comments, okay? Because we do not need nastiness in the world, alright? And if this is the first time you're watching my video, please hit that big red subscribe button down there by my picture for more book reviews, hauls, let's plays, unboxing, unbagging, because something's coming, a bubble wrap envelope, or a plastic bag wrap thingy, because this is just, you know, it's plastic. Vlogmas, random vlogs, and random videos. I have no idea where to categorize. Alright, so, it's a little hot. I am a wee bit hot. I actually gotta shut my window now because, I don't know, I gotta make it dark in my room because this tower is a flippin' heater in my room. And that's not cool. I also gotta put this book away. And I gotta do a few other things. So, I will see you all in my next video, which will be a weekend with Manny.